Do, 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 do. I'm just waiting for y'all to come in the room. Y'all. Hey. Why? Why what? I was going to bed. I know. I'm on late. I was on the phone with my friend. Like I was on the phone with her for like 3 hours. I was supposed to be on way earlier than this. And I was like, wait a second, like I have to go on live. But I was like, okay, let me go have a shower and like get all freshened up, feel all good, and then come on live. You're just waking up? What time is it there? Hey. 94. Hey. What's poppin'? I want to lightly touch on this stuff when it comes to Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson, but I kind of don't want to touch on it, but I do want to touch on it because a bunch of people have been messaging me about the whole Kanye beef and like, oh, like, am I gonna say anything about it? Like, do I have anything to say? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I could do a live about Ariana, and I was just like, yeah, I guess I will. I don't know. It's typical bullshit. Yeah. And obviously, everyone's been seeing the Kanye rants with Drake and stuff like that. Can we talk about Mariah Carey tea? Oh my gosh. I hate talking about everyone's tea, but whatever. Like, I like talking about celebrities, but it's like they're annoying me now because everyone's just like so clout chasing and annoying. And like, don't get me wrong, like, this is how these people make their money. So, what do I expect them to do? So, my son is back up, and that's another thing. My son was sleeping. I had him in bed early. He was sleeping like a beautiful, gorgeous son that he is. And my friend thought it was a good idea to be like, oh, is that Ocean? Like, Ocean's sleeping? Like, oh, I hope he doesn't get up or whatever. And as soon as she said that, Ocean got up. And here he is. Up. And I just gave him a bath. So he is going to wind down back again soon. Bless you. Why are you, you know? Now her childhood tea is deep. I want to talk about Carrie Hilson. Oh gosh. Okay, so this reading is not like an open forum kind of thing. I kind of wanted to like draw awareness to like mental health and like depression and stuff like that, along with like obviously celebrity psychic readings. Like, I will open the forum to answer some questions, but I just want to draw attention to it just because, you know, I'm a former sufferer of PTSD, and like I absolutely just kind of despise where you know, just where our society is going when it comes to mental health. Like, I feel like it's just like everybody like suffers from it. Like, I'm not saying that we all have it, but it's like it's really taking over. You know what I mean? Hold on. Let me fix my head right because it's like. First of all, why is this TV still on? Let me turn it off. Okay, I'm just putting my head wrap back on because it was all positioned and looking weird. Child. And it's like, at least, it's like, girl, at least try to aesthetically look okay when you come on this thing. Okay, so let me just get this in. Turn this off. Okay, there we go. I kind of struggle with depression. Okay. I just feel like depression has been robbing a lot of people's dreams, have been robbing a lot of people's time and people's zest of life. Don't get me wrong. We are living in, I guess, we're living in hell. And this domain is not of our own, is of darkness. So there's a lot of temptation and a lot of things of the devil. But I feel like a huge component that contributes into people's depression is social media. Like, I feel like social media is the utmost devil. There's a lot of great things with social media. I'm not going to sit there and down it because, of course, you know, I make a living through social media. I'm on social media. I use social media. But I feel like it's like a huge contribution to like why people are dealing with like depression and certain things that are going on in their life. Like, no one's life is perfect, and not everything is going to be the way that you want it to be, especially when somebody else is involved. Like, not all the time is somebody that you want to be with gonna want to be with you. Not every relationship that you want to last is gonna end up lasting. You know what I mean? Not all the time that if you want to get rich, that's gonna happen tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many moving parts to that, and that's why I want to address the whole Ariana and the Pete Davidson thing, because I just feel like Ariana, and I don't know if you guys follow me on House of Stars, but I did put up a posting of Ariana Grande and Ariana Grande and stuff like that. And it was weird because, like, for me now, like, I'm just starting to get around to liking Ariana Grande because, like, I was a fan of Mac Miller's. And Mac Miller just passed. And, you know, that they were dating or whatever. But I find that Ariana, she attracts men that are depressed. Like, she attracts men that have self-esteem and depression issues. Like, of some kind of sort. And I sense maybe it ties into like her family and the males that are in her family. Like, it's like she's always having to pander to making people having to feel better and stuff like that. And I feel like there's like this energy or like this entity or something that's around her that kind of like sucks and drains the energy out of the men that she's with. It's like it feeds off of them. You know what I mean? And in turn, what ends up happening is, like, that's why there's this, like, when it comes to her, there's, like, just so much death around her. Because whatever is around her, it just, like, sucks the air out of the room. You know what I mean? Yeah, she has one. And she needs to get rid of it. I don't think she knows how. Partially maybe because in some shape or form she feels like she has some pact with it. But like, she needs to really get rid of this thing, because I feel like she's like the Black Widow. Like, any man that ends up getting with her, like, as soon as she leaves them, like, either they're gonna go through a really dark time with their mental health, or they're going to die. You know what I mean? Like, let's be realistic. Like, if Pete Davidson probably didn't have something to do that same day or got himself in a certain space, like, Pete Davidson would have been the next one, and that would be a second ex-boyfriend of hers that passed away in, like, what, a 3-month period? You know what I mean? I remember she had the whole thing with her concert where, like, how much people, like 20 people would die. It was it was like a terrorist attack at her concert. You know what I'm saying? So that's one, like, this is what's leading me into this. And I know that obviously if I'm talking about her getting rid of an entity, that's like much bigger than the suggestion that I'm having right now. But I've been having something come into my awareness. So lately, I started to look at the pattern, not just of my love life, but just kind of the people that I attract and just certain things in my life. And like, it's not even like I stop and I'm like, why me? I start to ask myself, like, why? Like, why do I go through the same thing all the time? Like, they always say, what, like, you are what you attract, or like, it's the way you think that you attract it. Like, I'm like, no, like, I know it's deeper than that because I feel like that's just such a self-defeating, like, a self-defeating assumption to think that it's who that person's with is the way that they think is why their life is shit. Like, no person, I know some people can be negative because I, like, for me too, like, sometimes I'm negative, like, about some outcomes in my life. Like, maybe it's not going to work out the way I want to, whatever. But no person really wants to track all the pain that they go through. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks because, like, for my men, I don't know if this is a thing, but it's coming to my awareness about yoni. And I've always heard about yoni, studied yoni. Actually, I had a stone, a yoni stone, and it was serpentine. And it's like you put it in your coop, like you put it inside of you. And it was totally made of serpentine that I used to wear, that my sister gifted me with. And I wore for a bit, but I never really put too much emphasis on like the effects or what it is and what it can do or whatever. So this year is like brought back my awareness. Like, I just been feeling this feeling like I need to go into the new year, and when I do, I need to clean my yoni. Like, I need to get the trauma, the negativity, the energies, everything that is like of any person that I've dated or whatever the case may be, because I would imagine how my yoni is, because being the person I am, I'm a healer. I've probably like attracted and like absorbed a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of like my awareness that's been coming to me, and it's been coming to me for a lot of women in 2019. Like, I feel like 2019 is gonna be like a very feminine focused year. And just, exploring, understanding, respecting the divinity of being a woman. Like, I am so grateful for these things as a woman, but at the same time, I always feel like when they start to promote things, they exploit causes, they exploit things. Will I be abstinent for a while? I think I will. I rather be abstinent for. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna sit there and say I'm gonna wait until I get married. Like, no, I know that I'm not gonna do that, but I definitely will be abstinent, or abstinent until I get into a serious relationship with somebody that I feel like I don't mind connecting to. I think that would be the safe bet when it comes to that. But I definitely want to get rid of whatever remnants energetically that I've been carrying that I have no business carrying. You know? And my son is tweeting. Yeah, like, I just feel like I just need to clean my womb. I could just tell because so much awareness has been happening down there. Like, I've been feeling like more engaged because, like, before, for like when I went through, I had a miscarriage, and I also terminated a pregnancy. And this happened in a year span. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. 1 second. Hello? Yeah, there's definitely benefits, but and this was a trigger for the PTSD, of course. I had a miscarriage, and I terminated a pregnancy within like a year span. And during that time, like I totally did not engage my yoni. Like it's like I didn't want to feel my vagina. And it was to the point where like I was like totally like it was like I was sterile down there. Like I didn't like the like I didn't care to like feel like having sex. Like I didn't want to like and like I'm a Scorpio, so like my yoni, my center, my down there is like I pull from a lot from down there. Like that's where a huge of my essence comes from. Okay. And when that happened, I just it's like I didn't want to engage down there at all. And that so I'm thinking about like all the trauma that I've obviously probably like trapped down there just by like not engaging that area. And when I say engaging, like of course like cleanliness and everything was a factor. I mean engaging like but just not like standing within my essence as a woman.
Hi everyone, let's learn the alphabet. With so many fun ABC songs and so many fun ABC games and stories. With so many friends from all over the world.
So yes, there's 10 people in the room, but it seems so quiet. I was waiting for like everyone to get in the room and then I could like start the reading. I don't even know why I'm waiting because it's not like you guys can't rewind it. But yeah. The convo is deep. It is. Like I just feel like honestly like depression is a big thing. And I was delivered from PTSD this year. Okay. I was delivered from PTSD this year, and that came through prayer. That blessing, one of the biggest blessings God gave me this year, was I was delivered from PTSD, and delivered from a lot of things. I made peace with a lot of things, because actually a huge part of my PTSD and how it started with my relationship with God, and like I was upset with God. You know what I mean? Like I was. Not in a sense where I was upset. Like, I got to this place where I was in my life, and it was like, felt like so many things were being taken away from me. You know what I mean? And I always felt like I was always having to, how can I explain it? Like, set myself up so high for something and just for it to come crashing down. And I was just so tired of it. You know what I mean? And it was just got to a point where I'm just like, you know what, God, like, I feel like I'm praying for this, that, and the third to happen a certain way. And everything just gets crashing down. Like, I don't understand it. And I didn't understand it at the time. Like, God was really trying to show me, like, hey, like, there's a lot of things that you need to understand why certain things are not going over the way you want it to. And that had a lot to do with my surroundings at the time, because it wasn't just my surroundings, it was also an understanding of self-respect. Because, I came from a background where, like, that wasn't, like, I wasn't taught that. You know what I mean? Like I had a mother that, like, would, have certain friends that weren't good for her, or there would be issues, like, really toxic relationships. And she would always take them back for the sake of feeling like you're supposed to be doing the right thing. So in turn, like being a child, I translated it as like to be forgiving, but I was always being forgiving to people that were constantly taking advantage of that aspect of myself that I would forgive. So it came to the point that they just took me for granted, and like it would go good, but it was like only for a moment. But it's like they never had any boundaries in what they would do that would be disrespectful. Because, Tia will always take you back. Tia will be forgiving. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of went to that space with that. And it kind of messed with, that's how my PTSD triggered, because it got to a point where it was just like, I've just gone through so much traumatic shit, and I just can't do it anymore. So I suffered with that for like 7 years. It felt like the shortest time ever, but for like 5-6 years, I was gravely depressed. Am I a people pleaser? No, that's the messed up thing. I'm not even a people pleaser. Like, I don't even care to please people. I'm so used to having to protect people and to heal people and help people. So it's like it started getting to the point where I was developing friendships, and the friendships I was developing, it was like I was always this, I either became this front to block the negativity from getting to them, or I was like their pocket therapist. You know what I mean? So like it wasn't even like I was a people person, because I'm a very honest, like I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit to tell you, like, I'm not doing this because I'm trying to, who gives a fuck about pleasing you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was never my idea. Like, oh, I want to please you. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I don't care about that. It was my thing that it's just like my motherly instincts or whatever. But they were greatly being taken for granted. You know what I mean? And it goes back to what I was saying. It's weird how I feel like I'm all over the place, but it's all making sense as I'm talking. But yeah, like I just always felt like I need to take care of people and make sure that I help them get on the right path. But in turn, like when I'm doing that to people, I wasn't getting in the right path, you know? Yes, exactly. I'm like heavily empathic. You know what I mean? It's like, so, well, duh. You know, but like I'm heavily, well, at the time I didn't know, because like I wasn't the star that I am today, you know? But now that I am star that I am today, I'm like, oh my gosh, it all makes sense why I am and was and is the way I am. So yeah, like I went through this whole PTSD thing because I just suffered so much trauma, like just so much hurt, pain, and like just went through like a series of like traumatic events. And it's like I never really got like healing. Like some of the traumatic events that I've gone through, like it's, even like my family and stuff, like we've gone through, because that at that time, like it wouldn't have been a bad idea if we all went to counseling. You know what I mean? But like we just trudge through life. You know, we're just like, all right, we'll do this and like through life. You know? Yeah. I always go within. That's one thing about me. Like, a lot of people find it and this is why a lot of people suffer from mental health issues and don't get help, is because they're afraid of the work. Like, they don't want to deal with the work of having to actually fix yourself. To be honest, like, you cannot fix yourself and heal yourself without having God. I don't care what sick ass binaural beat you give me. I don't care what like guided meditation you tell me to do. I don't care about how big or number one psychiatrist that you may be in this world. You cannot get divine healing or real healing, okay, without God. Like, I went years doing candles, you know, praying to saints, you know, doing all types of magic, doing everything, like speaking to counselors, everything, and like nothing would work. I just found myself doing the same shit over and over again and in the same mental space over and over again. Like, I was constantly fighting the same demon, and this demon's name was PTSD. And when I got delivered and from God, and I started praying and praying and praying, and like God just came to me as I was in prayer and meditating on the word, and he was just like, I literally heard it. It's as simple as that. I am going to deliver you from PTSD. Yeah, I don't know why it keeps on repeating like I had to, like, yeah, like it was like that divine moment where I was like, wow, I'm really being delivered of this. And I have been, because like I don't really get triggers anymore or anything like that like I used to. Like, I used to easily be triggered by things or like certain things, or I kept on meeting people that had things in them or reminding me so much of that person that oppressed me or harmed me in some way. And it's just funny with going into Ariana Grande, like I feel like I am taking a hiatus from that right now. I'm just focused on my relationship with God. Just because that's always been the relationship I've always had. I've always believed in God. And I'm trying to repair my relationship with him. So with that being said, like, I've only been focusing on him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've only been focusing on God. Whether you say him, she, whatever. Like, I say him because that's just what I've always known. But I just been focusing on that right now. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been great. I would, but I don't know how to present it without it obviously being very spiritual and very spiritual from, I would say, from a I don't want to offend people, but it's not about offending. It's about, if you're gonna do something like that, it's like in certain senses you want it to be somewhat uniform, and it's like, can people understand? Like, is that work? I don't know. I would have to pray on it. I would have to pray on it if that's the responsibility I want to have. But but going back to what you said, like the Orishas, I have a devout love for them. And that there's just a love and respect that's there. But I have to focus on the big dog right now. And what was I saying to you now? Okay, yeah. So going back to Ariana Grande, I feel like she needs to clean her yoni. She needs to purge this demon, but at the same time, this is a music industry here, so we don't know what happens up there, or what her spiritual contract is as this thing around her. But I feel like that is what causes and drains and weakens the men around her. And as you notice, that the more, it's like she gets stronger. You know what I mean? Like, for example, after Mac Miller died, like, Thank You Next was her first number one she's ever had. And I'm like, I didn't even know that Ariana Grande's never had a number one. But like, yeah, this is her first number one that she ever had. Then she dropped another song, and, you know, of course, then she said her stuff about Pete. And I think that the thing is with Ariana Grande is that, like, she deals with these people that have a huge issue with depression, and she makes them use her as a crutch. And then when she no longer wants to deal with them anymore, she kind of just yanks that stability from them. And it causes them, as people that have already been in a mental state that is not too hot, to even get into a worser mental state. And I feel like that's what happened with Mac Miller. Because I feel like Mac Miller, for the most part, was really willing to move on. Like, it was like, whatever. But because of energetically, like, what happened when they actually broke up, it left him, like, just like, going day in and day out, just feeling, like, empty. And he didn't know why. Like, it's like he lost this, like, zest for life that he once had. Or this zest for holding on that he once had. So it's the same thing that's happening with Pete Davidson. It's like, I feel like he kind of is losing this zest for life. Like, what am I living for? Like, what am I doing? Like, you know, like, if I can't even have made that work out, then what makes you think I can make anything for myself work out? And what's crazy about it too is because it's like, Ariana's not no Ben, I'll be all. Oh yeah. Well, it's not her, it's the energies that are around her. The entity that is around her. That's what's draining the men. Like, any man she gets with, they're gonna feel the exact same way when she leaves them. Like, every single man, unless they are spiritually and spiritually consciously aware, and do the said cleansing that they need to do. There's somebody in this room right now that is trying to peer into me, and it's like, if you don't want to talk to me, and not, whatever the case may be, I don't know why you feel the need. So Sorry. But there is it's gonna happen with everyone she gets with. I sure am. I am sure am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3. And 9 times out of 10, when people are dealing with PTSD or depression, you got to keep in mind, keeping that lower vibration energy, yeah? I say this with the biggest love, but you need to put up your, for 19. Oh, no, I'm going to do my videos. I just don't do them. I don't do them this early. I do a video every year. You think about the men you date and how you have... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he'll eventually get his shit together. I just wish I knew him. Because I would give him a nice cleansing and just send him on his way and he'll be fine. He will move on from this eventually, but I feel like he just needs to get around... He needs to get around people that actually know him. He needs to get around people that, like, know how to really get into him deep. He has to stop being around these people that are so superficial. And that's the problem with him. People say things to make him feel better. He knows it's that typical uniform, nudge on the shoulder type shit. You know what I'm saying? Why does she have to see? Well, I did see a video. I seen some video, and it was like she went to some haunted place or something, and then she saw a vision. It was a demon of like the 3 of them or whatever the case may be. Or something like that. So it could be from that. I feel like it's from that situation, and she's just never dealt with it. But what I really think I see in a bigger picture and grand scheme of things, I really do believe that in her past life, I feel like she used to work. Actually, in her past life, I feel like she was an occultist, like a deep, deep occultist. Like she was a part of the like the elite or something like that, or the Illuminati or something like that. Because I feel like it's like she has very strong, like she has like this curse or this like pact with the big guy downstairs that it's like she has to actively work towards like undoing that pact she's made with him, because it's like so deep. Yeah. Baby shark, baby shark. Yeah, so like for every single life, like she's gonna, until she fulfills her debt, she will always be tied into some dark stuff. So what are you doing? Baby shark, baby shark. You wanna play a Baby Shark song? What? He's trying to play it. She's the Black Widow. Yeah, but Big Sean was never really in love with her. I think it happens when you fall in love with her. And we don't know if that Big Sean is okay or not. We don't know that. No, maybe Big Sean's not even a guy that could have went to a psychic and yeah, and got help. But we don't know if he's okay. You know what I mean? But I feel like every relationship she gets in, I mark my words, they're gonna always have some issue with mental health, issues of mental health themselves. But who wouldn't? You know, having the job she has. You know. I think it's the ponytail. Girl, good night. Good night, good night, good night. Baby shark, baby shark. Baby shark. Sorry. Baby shark, baby shark. liked it. I didn't really like look at it, if you know what I mean. I liked it, but I didn't look at it like to kind of like decipher any subliminals I saw in there. But I liked it. I think it was cute. Oh gosh. Is it? Oh, what's this? There's me. There's me. I'm gonna sit here and have my drink. I've been having to sit here because I've been drinking it, but I've been drinking really slow today. But I'm drinking some Remy and ginger ale. I look different? How do I look different, Jamie? Tell me. Tell me, girl. Tell me. I like different. Oopsie. So how's school? Oh my gosh, school's done. What do you mean I just do? Just tell me like how. I would like to know. School's done. Thank the Lord. I'm done. I'm off. I'm off until January. Yo, the last week was rough. Hi, does anyone know the numerology for 2019? I'm assuming it is... What would it be? 1? 12, 3. So it's 3. What am I in school for? I am taking general arts and science because I plan to use those credentials to go into nursing. And with those credentials going into nursing, I will be going into midwifery. That's what I'm in school for. My first semester was pretty rough. I'll tell you that. It was, I would say the best word for first semester was adjusting. Not the literature and actually the content, but delivery was a big thing. And the fact that I didn't have childcare for like half of my time in school was difficult, which made me like miss classes. But for the most part, I think and now I'm going into the next semester knowing what I need to do and what not to do next time. One, I need to study way more than I do. But to be honest, it's like I don't have time. So once I get home, so I think like I need to start studying at school instead of studying at home. And yeah. Yeah, it breaks down to 3. You say I look different and it's bothering me. I want to know why. Like, I want to, like, know how I look different. I don't know. I noticed today that I had a glow. I had a glow that I haven't had in a while. And I was like, why am I glowing? Yeah, and it's weird because, like... I just been glowing, and I'm like, why am I glowing? Like, it's kind of strange. I haven't had any penis. Like, nothing much has changed. No, I did not get any. That's what I'm saying. I haven't had any in like a little bit. Well, not. I would say, oh, in a couple weeks, but. Yo, retrograde, I feel like I was feeling retrograde this week. Well, I always get hit strongly by the retrograde during the shadow period. During the retrograde, nothing really bothers me. But the shadow period always gets me. Oh, yes. I missed you guys. You know how many times in a week that I wanted to like go on live and I knew it would be detrimental if I did? Oh my gosh, let me tell you the drama that happened to me in school. So we had this group assignment for environmental science, okay? So when they assigned our groups, so our group was on coral reef degradation. And they assigned me in this group. So this group is like, it's like this one girl, there's two Asian girls, and me. So the Asian girls, for some reason, like whenever I would ask them questions, like they would never like say anything. They'll just be weird and stuff like that. And they will talk through the one girl. And I already knew from jump, like it was not gonna be a good look. And I was like, can I do this by myself? He's like, no, it has to be a group assignment. I'm like, okay. But I just knew, I just had this feeling. So the whole time, the whole weeks that we had to do it, like I was not hearing anything. I was sending emails to them, not hearing a response. No one sent me the outline. So we get the outline now. We get our marks for the outline. We got a 0. So I was like, how the fuck did we get a 0 for that, right? So I like contacted like my professor and I'm like, well, I have my part, whatever. I don't know what's going on with them because they're not getting back to me, blah, blah, blah. If you could send them an email, maybe you can encourage them to kind of like bring me up to speed. So we did our presentation, which we had to do a PowerPoint. I stayed up till 7 o'clock in the morning doing this PowerPoint, like all by myself, because like they didn't have anything prepared, didn't have nothing done. I did a PowerPoint. I even did like a science project to kind of like show the effects of like what actually happens in the water and stuff like that. Like I found this whole Bill Nye Science Guy fucking project. Like our presentation was was the best presentation out of them all. So he comes up to me after and he was like, okay, so I'm going to let you guys know why you got a 0 on your outline. I'm like, okay, like I'm dying to hear this. Why do these fucking bitches, excuse my French, plagiarize the whole outline? They just went online and copied and pasted everything. Okay, so now, how did you not think that the teacher was going to figure that out? So pretty much she was like, plagiarism is obviously a no-no in college. Like, in most cases, we would have all the right to, like, suspend you guys for that and everything, because I don't plagiarize anything I do, right? Because like writing is not a weak suit for me, so like I never felt like I ever had to plagiarize anything, right? So I'm like, why would you play like? And then it was the fucked up thing too, because when I was doing the PowerPoint, I was like, okay, I was gonna use some blurbs from the outline, so like obviously reflected what our findings were. And when I was looking at some of the questions and how they were answered, I'm like, some of these questions are not even answered properly. So me and my boy that were in my class, he had to go through it all over again. And like, he had to study. So we had to both like re-study the whole topic. He like changed up things last minute because he came in our group last minute and like everything. And like on the presentation, we got a 12 out of 15, right? And that's because the reason why we got a 12 out of 15, because it was like there was one part of it that I didn't explain properly, which like it was like a simple mistake because I was kind of nervous going up there, like, you know what I mean? Because it was just like, it's not even that I was nervous. I was fucking drained because I had like no sleep. I did an exam before I even got there. So like I was just tired, like, you know what I mean? And, like running on no sleep, had nothing to eat. I was just like, let's get this over with. So, like, we got a 12 out of 15 on the presentation. But, like, on the outline, we got 0. I was just like, what the fuck? So, yeah, like, these bitches. So, moral of the story is, or the point of the story is, it's like, they could have made me fail that class. I could have failed or either got kicked out of school because of them. And I was so livid. And I'm like, you know what? This is why... Starre, you need to follow your little psychic mind like you always did and change your group because you knew from day one it wasn't going to work. But I kind of feel cheese because I feel like I did all that work and these bitches profited off of my hard work. Because it's like, I was the only reason why you passed the fucking assignment. Yeah, like I'm the only reason why we all passed. Me and Alex, that's it. And I did most of the work because I did like a PowerPoint. Like my PowerPoint, man, like if I just wanted to show it to y'all because it was on point. I had videos in it. I had like like important facts. Oh, I did a project. Like no one did any visuals. Like I did like a visual project for everyone to join in and whatever. Like it was a whole fucking thing. Yeah, I have to upload it. And whoever cares to see it, I'll send you a link. Yeah, because I believe they're Japanese, right? So they don't speak English that well. Like they're not that great in English at all. Like they can carry a conversation, they understand for the most part, but like they're not exactly present when it comes to English. You know what I mean? And I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised they're even taking environmental science because I'm like, because even some of the questions when they answered them, I was like, I don't think you understand the question. Like, it's like, say like if the question was, so how does the sun turn, what causes the sun to be red when it sets? Like they would put, well, the sun shines in the morning time at this time, and it sets at this time, and that's what the sun does. No, honey, that's not the question. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they weren't comprehending the material at all. Exactly. But it depends, though. It depends, like, because also it goes on credits, too. Like, these girls are young. Like me going into college, I had to write an assessment test because like my grades from high school were just shit. Like because I never went to class, I skipped all the time. So like I didn't want to use my grades from there because I'm like they would not be a good reflection of like my academic abilities at all. So I didn't use those. So I just wrote an assessment test. And I aced it. Like my assessment test, I got like a 93 or something like that. But yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I wonder too. But like I was so livid. Like I was like, what in the frig, man? Like you guys really just he's killing it. Like he's playing all different versions of it. Like he's playing a spell version. But shut Hey Bubba. It's bedtime. Capricorn season is approaching. I am aware. It's next week Saturday. My first birthday is on the first day of Capricorn. So that's how I always remember. We're skipping Capricorn season. Now we can skip Sag season. It's okay. Just joking. I love Capricorns. I get along so well with Capricorns. Me and Capricorns for some reason, like if we become friends, we become good friends. Like I get along with Capricorns so well. What's the tea on Capricorns? Okay, well, most of them I know are female. Okay, so the good thing is about Capricorns is that they're very consistent. Like, one thing about them, like, they're very consistent people. Even if they make the littlest money, they always have money. You know what I'm saying? Like, a guy could work at McDonald's and he will never be broke. Like, he always has something. Like, they're the kind of people that they like to, like material wealth and they like to be material sustainability. Like no matter if they're making $5 or if they're making 5,000, like they have to have it. They're like if they're friends with you, like you're a friend. Like you know what I mean? They're the kind of people that they would do anything for somebody they actually care about. The downside with Capricorns though is that Capricorns, a lot of them tend to be very prone to having vices. They have a way to them where they can be very that downside to them, they can be very clingy. And their expectations are very high. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they expect a lot from you. You know what I mean? What's another thing about them? The thing is that Capricorns, when it comes to females, oh my gosh, one thing I noticed, yo, like you guys don't like if somebody is bad for you, you guys don't leave. Like it could be like I'm telling you, sky's the limit to how bad it gets. You guys still stay. Like it's like you guys will go through hell and back just for the sake of a relationship. You know, like every Capricorn friend I've ever had, like the boyfriend could have cheated on you, cheated on her, slept with the mom, slept with their best friend, has a next bitch in the house sleeping with them, spent out their money, did this, did that, and they still would be with them. No, I know that. I'm just talking about downside. Like people could say the downsides about Scorpios, and I'll be like, alright, T. Like you know what I mean? But like that's just something I noticed about Capricorns. I'm like, holy crap! Like how do you guys do it? Because like I'm a Scorpio, so like we're all about like death, reincarnation, change. Like so like even if it kills us, like we will cut our arm off to spite our, we'll cut our nose off to spite our face. So meaning like even if I have to sacrifice everything that I want, like I will do that before I sacrifice myself. That's why, to be honest, like I haven't been in like a lot of relationships, or my relationships didn't go as long as they could have. Because if in any shape or form I feel like I'm losing myself, or I'm being taken for granted, or my mental space is just not balanced being with you, I'm out. Like I can't stay. I can't stay. Like I will leave you in a heartbeat. It's unfortunate. Like I'm not that ride or die chick. Not unless you really are like catering to like the emotional aspects, or like catering to the what I expect of you. If you're not catering to that, I'm out. I'm out. I'll be gone faster than you call my name. Babe, I don't know where my lighter is. Like I had my lighter and now it just disappeared. So your girl's been lighting cigarettes off the stove. And it's weird. I'll go with having a lot of lighters to turn around and have them like none. Baby shark do 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 do. Hey, I love Asia. What do you think about symbolism of dreams of fish meaning pregnancy for you or for somebody else in your life? I don't use fish as a symbol of like fish has never been a sign of pregnancy ever for me. It's always been, it definitely means fertility, but fish has always been like a thing for like abundance for me. But I feel like it's probably for somebody else. I would say it's for somebody else. Has fish ever been a dream for me? No, I don't think so. I'm right here, Ocean. Ocean's crying. Okay. See, Pisces have the same thing as Capricorn when it comes to men. Like, you guys hold, like, you guys are very, like, imaginative with love. So you guys have this way where you hold on to something for dear life just because, like, you want it so bad. You know what I mean? Like, you will hold on to the dream and the imagination of something for a very long time. Pisces are good friends, but they're also, they can be needy friends. Like, Pisces have a way that they always expect you to be the same person. Like, they're not they're not open to you evolving. Not in a bad way. Not in a way like I don't want to see you do shit. Like, it's more in a way like where it's like, if you are that person to them in that way, they always want you to be that person forever. Pisces are very ambitious. I feel like they're very ambitious people. They're very creative. They're very imaginative, and they're very like family oriented. Like they're very all about family. You know what I mean? And they're very like committed. Like they're very committed people. Like when they love people, they're like, if they love you forever. But sometimes Pisces have a way to them where they can't. They have a way where they're not realistic, where they don't really live in reality. They have escapism. That's the best word for Pisces. Like you will stay with your man. See, I'm not like that. Like I wish that, like in certain ways, I was like that, because you know what? I'm like, they're okay, yeah. Like, but like Pisces can be bougie though. You guys have that bougie way to you, where you guys like to feel like you are on top of the game, like you're better than everybody, like, because I feel like every sign, because like you know every sign and every element is grouped together. There's always that sign for another sign. So like for example, Pisces are like the Capricorns of the earth signs, like how they are for the water signs, and Pisces are like the Leo for the earth signs. No, they're like the Sagittarius for the fire signs. And for the air signs, they're like the Aquarius. No. Yeah, they're like Aquariuses. Like Scorpios are like the Capricorns for the earth signs. Scorpios are like the Leos of the fire signs. And we would say that I would say we're like the Geminis of the thing side. Yeah. Yes, they are. They can't be like they're like that. Yeah, I would say they're like the Geminis. They are like the Geminis. Yeah, they're more like the Geminis. Because they're very like I had this friend, I used to call her my cousin, but we were like she was like my first best friend since I was like 5 or 6 or something like this. And she was very over the top and very like Gemini catty type. Like a lot of ways of her were Gemini. She probably had Gemini in her chart somewhere. But like she was very like she acted like a Pisces that was like a Gemini. Actually no, because every Pisces I know was like her. Like they're very like drama, like just very dramatic. And like if there's a problem, they have to draw everybody into it. I used to hate that. But they used to they have to draw everybody into it. And they gotta call names and this she said this, and then before you know it, everybody else is fighting and they just stand to the side like I don't know why they're fighting. You know? That's the Pisces I know them to be. But I don't that side I've never seen in Kevin though. But Kevin loves the tea though. He does love the tea. Why are Cancers attracted or compatible with abusive sides? I don't know. I think it's because you guys are so sensitive. Cancers are so sensitive. So like and like Cancers are very moldable. Like if they care about you, like they mold to your emotions. And I think that they're the ones that actually probably have the most patience to deal with abusive people than most people in the zodiac. On a like nonchalant level. What? Where is he? One second. Where's my baby? Hi, Papa. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me lay Ocean down. One second, guys. Give me. You guys keep talking. I'm just gonna make Ocean a bottle so that I can put him down. Hold on. Hello. Hey, Sonia. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, do 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 do. You know what I realized? Cause I was just like, I just realized there's this girl in my class. I don't know if you guys remember when I brought this girl on my live. Her name's Ibsen. I've not seen her. I probably haven't seen that girl in a good couple months. Hello. Oh shit, what's that? Ooh, child. Something just poked me right in my foot. There's so much stuff on this gosh darn bed. From like food and stuff like that from Ocean's eating. Currently in Brooklyn. Hey! So what you doing up so late? Oh, maybe because time adjustment. Because right now, if you're in Cali, it would only be like a year. If you're in Cali, it would be like... What time would it be in Cali? It would be like 12 o'clock. So I was right. You didn't go away for Thanksgiving, but you're good. I saw you going away for Christmas. So here's your Christmas, I guess, going away now, eh? Yeah. baby shark. Yeah, I remember you asking me to go away for Thanksgiving. I'm like, I don't think it's going to be Thanksgiving, but I think you're going away for Christmas. So no relationship. I never said that. I said I wasn't going to have intercourse. No one is going to get this precious yoni unless we're in a common, emotionally fulfilling on both spectrums, committed, titled relationship. Oh, no kissing. No looking. That's the thing, though. Like, I always meet men. That's what you guys don't understand. Like, that's one thing about me. Like, I was talking to my friend about that. We had this whole conversation about our dating life. And I was talking about, I'm like, that's one thing about me. Like, no matter if I was big, no matter if I was slim, no matter if my confidence was high, my confidence was low, I always would meet men. Like, I'm never shy of meeting men. It's just like I never meet anyone that's, like, worth committing to. No dry humping. I don't. Wait, how old are we? I won't. I'm just at the place that I know my worth, and it's just like I'm not. What's the sense? Like, it's like I'm not getting anything out of it. Like, no matter what, like, even if I were to have sex with somebody because I want to have sex with them, like, how men egos set up, like, it's like I'm always feel like I'm always, they're getting more out of it than me, you know? So it just ain't worth it. Yes! Who's that? That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that more from my clients. Like, you know what, Starre? I met the one. You know what, Starre? I'm with that dude. Even casual, you're still having so much spiritual. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like they're always going to get more out of it than me. Because how my shit's set up is like they're going to leave their stuff with me. You know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like, no matter how I put it, it's like, it's just not worth it. Unless I feel like it's a common thread. Like, we're both equally yoked. You know what I mean? No, you carry a lot of spirit ties. Because remember, when you have sex with somebody, you carry the spirit ties of that person. And then you're carrying the spirit ties of the person that they were once connected to. And then their spirit ties. It's like a whole thing. So you can have a sex with one person, but essentially you end up having sex with like 15. Pisces here. Good day, Solar Viction University, BC. Good night to you. We have to this is what I was talking about. If you were here earlier, I was talking about getting a yoni cleanse. I am doing a yoni cleanse. I even bought the yoni cleanse today. I'm going to really get all this stuff and all this guck and all these niggas and all this bullshit out of my womb. Everyone's getting, I've already, went to God, and everyone's getting their eviction notice. Yeah. What if you don't have a uterus? That's what I always wondered. I wonder if, like, men, especially men that bottom, if they can do the same thing. That would be so... I think so. I'm pretty sure. Why not? You know? I should look that up. If, like, a man could put a yoni in his anus. His pussy. They do enemas, but no, like a spiritual cleanse, like more like a more deep, in-depth cleanse. I don't have penetration sex ever. Really, Kevin? I don't think we've ever had this discussion. Well, because I finally, Pussy. Because I find it to be rude. Like, to be like, do you bottom? Or like, are you a top? Are you a bottom? Are you a verse? Look, don't sleep on the pussy. No, no. Ah! You believe in hoodoo, but not the voodoo, but hoodoo. Me? If I believe in hoodoo, I don't do. Oh well, voodoo and hoodoo is like the same thing, anyways. But I don't do any dark work. I don't believe in any dark work, and dark work doesn't necessarily mean harming people, like bindings and stuff like that. Where did you purchase your yoni cleanse? I will send you the link. Where's my phone? I got it from Goddess Pearls, I think it's called. I'm not doing the steam, I'm doing the pearls. The steam I'm actually gonna end up doing. I found a place here in Toronto that does them, so I'm gonna do that. But for now, I'm gonna start off with the pearls. We'll put it up the pearls in my coach. What's a power bottom? At Kevin. Kevin, do you care to explain what a power bottom is? Wow, this is like the quietest I've ever seen Kevin. Kevin's usually like, he's quick with it. No, I don't think Kevin laughed. And that's his phone. My cousin did pearls, but she's been having issues after using it. Okay. See, this is the thing. I actually read this article, which was very informative. Like, what you have to understand is, too, like, when it comes to doing a yoni class, and I wouldn't be surprised, obviously, she feels off, because if she does the pearl, she's removing so much things from her womb that, like, she doesn't know what it's like to actually function without those energies in her womb. Now, another thing also that I heard is that if you actually have been eating like toxic or whatever, not really like have a healthy diet per se. Oh shit, well whose fault is that you drank the bottle so fast? I just gave it to you. How did you finish it already? Did he spill it? Wow, he didn't even spill the bottle. I just gave him the bottle and it's done. And he's crying because it's done. We're not getting another one because you already had one earlier. He loves his mama. I said, like, once he turns, like, once February comes, I'm going to start weeding him off of his baba. Please pray for me. Because I was like, holy shit, he's already been drinking his baba. I know my dad's getting so mad at me because my dad doesn't believe in not giving him his bottle. Would you believe my dad gave me my bottle until I was like 5, 6 years old? The word power within itself is laced with the shaming intent for men who are expressed about their liking towards bottoming in a hole. In my hole. Okay. So, Kevin, you've had sex before, right? She's been to doctor. And she's not pregnant or anything. I think she does have to do with... Yeah. Like, I'm telling you, like, you're cleansing everything out. Like, trauma, everything. Every trauma that you've gone through. Trauma with pregnancy. Trauma with birth. Trauma, like, with you received with men. Everything. Like, everything. Like, I'm, like, whoa. Like, now you tell me that, like, I have to brace myself for what's about to happen. Because I've gone through so much trauma. Especially some major trauma within my womb. You know, that if I'm clearing that out, gosh damn. I'm probably like, who am I? like one morning, not even recognize my own goddamn self. But you have to let her know. What's your New Year's resolution? Anything for career, spiritually for you, or personal goals? I don't have any New Year's resolutions per se. My biggest thing is obviously to focus more on God. I think my thing is spiritually is to focus more on God and to be able to make people understand him more. I think my biggest thing with next year I want to do is be able to effectively help people. Like in a more hands-on way. I've had sex before. I've had sex before about sex, however. And as of recent, I've decided to step it fully towards the practice abstinence, which yes, Kevin. Because you know Kevin's a bougie bitch. You know, Kevin is very, you know, the ladies. It's true. Ooh, sorry. That was very unattractive. Nice, Kev. It's like I could feel Gina like, well, you know, that's not gonna be my resolution, but okay. Get on you. So, who is it? Spiritual. Ooh, child. Spiritual. See the name. Solar Vixen University. You know Kevin. I see you say hi to Kevin. I waited for love. I waited for love too. I feel like on New Year's we should do a big manifestation prayer that in 2019 every single person that's in this room will find their love. They'll find the love of their life. We all need to find our love. It is very important. In the divine timing, because that's the best timing. Ooh, it's not wasting no time to fall asleep. That's one thing that I am looking forward to tonight is sleeping. I've not slept all this week. I've been so hectic with school that, like, man, I can't wait to sleep and not have to wake up, worry about being somewhere, to wake up, to go somewhere, or to do something. I am greatly looking forward to that. Yes. What am I taking in school? Right now I'm taking general arts and science to go into nursing, to go into midwife. I want to be a midwife. Child. Yes. I feel called to be a midwife. Keanu Reeves, Victor Little, Idris Elba. I wonder what that come out to. I don't know. Oh my gosh, everybody. Okay, you know what? For fun, tell me, everybody, like, what's your type? Like, who is your type? I'll start off. Like, Jason Momoa is my type. Shamar Moore is my type. Joe Budden is very much my type. I'm trying to think of some dark skinned daddies because I like dark skinned men preferably. Morris Chestnut is, like, he's not really my speed. Not Morris Chestnut. I was probably going with more of an Idris Elba. And who else is there? Like, I like men that look like men. Like, I've always been like that since I was young. Like, I like manly looking men. Like, you have, like, just very masculine looking men. Like, testosterone overdose type looking dudes. Like, I'm not really into pretty boys. Andre Hall's my type. Ooh, yes. Michael B. Jordan, Jason Watt, yes. I don't have a type. Like, if you see like the collective, like if you see like my catalog of the men that I've dated, they like you'd be like, where? What the hell? Because like they're not similar at all. They're like all from. They look different. Like, you know, I'm also open to dating outside of my race too. Like, I don't care as long as you're cool and not an idiot, I'll date you. I don't discriminate. But Jason Momoa, child. He, Asian too, yeah, same thing. Asian too, I don't care. Like, as long as I'm attracted to you and we vibe, I'm fine. I'm good. But Jason Momoa, ooh, child. I just love indigenous. That's one thing with me. Forget, there we go. Weakness. Indigenous men. Like, just, like Samoan looking men, like, native men, like, just Polynesian men, like that indigenous thing look. I don't know why I was just so attracted to him. Everything. My type, I like rugged man, beard, everything, brawny, paper towel man. Ooh, yes, child, Hannah, yes. Yes, child. Do you read Solar Vixen University? Are you a reader? Or a spiritualist? Yes. Okay. Well, your name gave it away. Your name definitely gave it away. I'm not attracted to him. I don't find yeah, he doesn't do it for me. I can acknowledge that he is good looking, but I'm not attracted to him. There's like, he doesn't have this certain je ne sais quoi I like in a man. Yeah. People been loving him off. Oh, I'm sorry. How do I forget? And Kevin's gonna kill me when I say this. How do I forget my baby Nas? Nas. He fancies white girls? Oh, I'm not surprised that Michael B. Jordan, like, he looks like that type. Killmonger, really. You can't go wrong with Nas. Child, if Nas was like, let's go out for dinner, oh, yes. I guess you can and you cannot. You know what I mean? That's like, you can. You never know. Sometimes you hit jackpot. Like, I could sit here and want to manifest Nas. Okay, like, I may, you know? He's one of the he's one of the dusty girls. Yeah, he's dusty. I manifested Khalees. Yes, you sure did, Kevin. Kevin's a die-hard Khalees fan. Like, you can't tell him nothing about Khalees. And mind you, I love Khalees, and like, I grew up on Khalees and had her first album and everything. But like, he's that guy. He is the Khalees fan. Oh my gosh, Kevin. I like such a goddess. Like, you love her. Like, I see you meeting her though, Kevin. Like, actually meeting face to face. Yeah, Solar Vixen, yeah. Because I wasn't really like tapping into you or reading you at all. Like, I just saw your name and I was like, okay, she has to be a spiritualist with that name. You know? But no, yeah. Yes, the fragrance. Yes. Ken would have. I feel like when he meets her, I feel like he's gonna meet her in a concert setting. Yes. You guys are getting tired. Like, don't you see my eyes? Like, that bath really did me in. All right. So I'm gonna have to wrap it up, guys. I will see you soon, because of course, this girl is off school. So, oh gosh, just say a prayer. Lord Jesus, to give you the praise and the glory, God. I'd just like to thank you, Jesus. I want to thank you for the victories. I want to thank you for the beautiful things that happen in our life, in Jesus' name. Lord Jesus, I pray that you saturate everyone in this room with the blood of Jesus from the crown of their heads to sole feet, God. I pray, Lord, in Jesus' glorious name, that you remove any darkness or any hindrance that may be the roads. And I pray, God, that you put them in a position that they're uplifted in Jesus' glorious name, and they're protected from all evil things. Amen. I almost fell asleep in that prayer. Girl. Amen. Amen. Alright, I'm going to bed now, man, because I'm just beat. Yes, Kevin. Divine glamour and abundance. And we, from your mouth to God's ears, we receive it in Jesus' name. So I'm going to go to bed, guys. We will talk. Since I'm off, may God bless you and the angels protect you. Night.